Hello, friends. Today we are going to talk about artificial sweeteners and weight loss. There is like huge debate out there when it comes to artificial sweeteners and the no calorie thing. And I just want to educate you again. We're just throwing you little nuggets of education here to help you better your diet, better your life, feel healthier, live longer for longevity purposes. Okay. Let me give you a little bit of history in artificial sweeteners, okay? They were first introduced to the market in 1950. And research shows that they are associated with many side effects, such as like headaches and migraines, weight gain, and even more conditions like cardiovascular diseases, okay? So I want you to really consider when it comes to artificial sweeteners and what you're having, to consider removing them from your regular dietary lifestyle. Okay. There's again lots of side effects to it. If you're having artificial sweeteners and you're getting headaches, digestive issues, like if you have an artificial sweetener and suddenly your stomach starts hurting, you are feeling that you're doing pretty well but you're gaining weight. And there's also another side effect is not just the headaches and the digestive issues and the weight gain. There's an increase of phosphorus in our body when we have artificial sweeteners. And oh, Yolanda, what the heck is that? So I'm going to make it very easy for you. It really it can oxidize your bones. Okay. There's lots of research that shows us that it oxidizes our bones. So there's just a lot of, it's very detrimental to the goal that we're trying to head to when it comes to our health right here, okay? And also know that artificial sweeteners can cause addiction. It is known. I mean, think about the Coke Zeros and the Diet Cokes and all of that. They are known to cause addictions in our body already. And let's talk about the difference between the nutritive sweetener versus a non-nutritive sweetener, okay? And really the difference comes into also that caloric content of it, which is why everybody chooses, I'm going with artificial flavors because it doesn't have calories and we think we are making the right choice because it doesn't have any calories. So why not, right? So, but when having a goal to lose weight, a non-nutritive sweetener may sound like a great idea, but it's not a good idea. Your body doesn't even recognize it. It doesn't know what it is. It can throw your body into a little loop. It can inflame it with those conditions that I just mentioned before, okay? And the side effects of artificial sweeteners far outweigh the benefits of a low calorie sweetener. So artificial sweeteners they're linked with weight gain, not weight loss. A lot of times people think that they're linked with weight loss. They are not. I cannot even tell you how many clients come to my office and I sometimes say we have to remove all these artificial sweeteners, all these sodas, all these things that are loaded with artificial sweeteners. And suddenly they start losing weight just by changing that. Again, artificial sweeteners, they increase your BMI. The metabolic syndrome, like it's dangerous. They cause type 2 diabetes. Yolanda, how is that possible? It is. And let me just give you, a lot of times we read the labels and we don't know what we're reading, right? So take a little picture of this, or you can come back and visit this slide. But I made a slide with all of the names that are out there because sometimes it says naturally flavored or artificially flavored, and we don't even know what some of these names are. So I made sure to put all the names of these that are in most of the labels, so you see and you learn how to read these labels and know, like, that is not good for me. Maybe I need to remove this from my diet. So here are the 5 worst artificial sweeteners, okay? Aspartame. Aspartame also, it's known as the Equal, NutraSweet, Natrataste Blue. Okay, all of these names right here. Aspartame is dangerous. It's illegal in some countries. Not sure why we have it legalized here, but it is actually illegal in some countries. Sucralose, Splenda, I'm going to give you a story just because it's so close to my family. But my sister, for 2 years, had a lot of joint pain all the time. And she works really hard on her computer, hard worker, 12 hours, 14 hours a day. And she always said, well, it's because I'm sitting all day. And I say, when I started studying a little more in depth about artificial sweeteners and what they do to your body, I begged her. I'm like, can you please switch to stevia or get rid of it? Get rid of the Splenda. It's not good for you. Put some honey in there or agave or something, even that it has more calories. And I begged her. So she's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And literally within months, all her joint pain was gone. She was so inflamed because of the daily intake of Splenda, sucralose. Sucralose is detrimental to our body as well. So I'm going to encourage you, if you're having lots of joint pains and headaches and things like that, get rid of this. Look at these 5 worst artificial sweeteners. Look at your labels, see if you're having these, and take them out and see how you feel. Okay. Right here, the sweet and low, sweet thin, this is like that saccharin. Okay. Acetylphane, xylitol and sorbitol. I actually feel that this is, a lot of people are very deceived because a lot of the healthy brands have these. And it's very upsetting to me sometimes because I'm just like, this is as bad as aspartame, and it has the healthy label on it just because of the calories. These are detrimental as well. Some of the healthy brands, and I'm doing this because they do have these artificial sweeteners that have the sugar alcohol in them, or other sweeteners. Like, I get an immediate headache when I have some of these. Like, immediately I get a crash and a headache. And it comes from some of these right here. So these are your 5 worst, but I want you to take either take a screenshot of these or do whatever you need to do, okay? But these are all in a lot of our labels here in America, and we need to be careful with them, okay? I'm not going to name them all because, given my accent, we'll be here till tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take a screenshot of it and start learning and look at it and say, do I have any of these in my food? And if you get migraines or crash or body joint pains, if you have arthritis, I'm going to beg you to get off of artificial sweeteners. You will see a huge difference. Again, we cannot tell you what to do and what not to do. We're just recommending these things. So I am just highly recommending that you try something more natural than these, okay? Healthy alternatives. So let's talk about the healthy alternatives, okay? And one thing before we keep on moving to this part, to the healthy alternatives, I want to encourage you to not take this journey and say, oh my goodness, I cannot do any of these things. I cannot have this and I cannot have that. No, I want to encourage you to shift your mindset and to say, it's almost like when we tell our kids that something is not good for them, right? We say, like, listen, these are just guardrails, right? That they're there to protect you. We are not putting these rules because we want to be mean to you or is something bad. It's just so you're safe, so you're protected. This is the same with our body, right? Healthy alternatives are just that safeguard, those guardrails that are going to protect you and are going to keep your body healthy for the long term. So I'm going to encourage you to not think about this like, oh, I cannot, no. Say yes to the right thing. So instead of thinking I'm saying no to all of these, say, no, I'm just saying yes to doing the right thing, to feeding my body right. And believe it or not, I am telling you, I was a huge addict to Coke Zero when I came to the gym. I had to have a Coke Zero every day, sometimes more than once. Okay. And one of the things that now I don't even like crave it. Once in a while I have one, and but most of the time my palate even changes. It doesn't even taste like it did before. So I want to encourage you to say yes to healthy alternatives. Okay. They're that guardrail, bringing safety to your body and healing to your body. So some of them are this is some healthy alternative: maple syrup, coconut sugar, stevia. When you get the stevia, be cautious, go for the organic. I do the drops. A lot of people don't like the stevia because the aftertaste, so they're constantly like, Yolanda, it has an aftertaste. But like everything, try to stick with it for a little bit and see if you can grow to like these things. Another one that I love, raw honey. Just be careful if you're doing macros. They are high on the glycemic index. So I don't like to waste my calories when it comes to honey and maple syrup and things like that. But if you like it, that's fine. All you need sometimes is a little bit, right? But know that I actually use a lot of fruit to sweeten certain things that I like to eat. For example, my oatmeal in the morning. So if I'm going to do vanilla unsweetened milk, I take a little piece of banana, like this big, okay, this little, I mean, and I puree that banana in there, and you would not believe the flavor that it gives to that whole bowl of oatmeal. A little bit of vanilla, cinnamon, okay? Use natural, sprinkle a little bit of coconut sugar on it, okay? It's high on the glycemic index as well, but all you need is a little bit to give it like a good taste there. I do the same with Greek yogurt. A lot of our clients, like, they get like the frozen cherries and they leave it overnight for that juice to sweeten that Greek plain no fat yogurt, right? Or they puree the berries, like raspberries, like puree, instead of having artificial those flavored yogurt, Greek yogurts, and flavored things that have artificial things in it and bump up those carbs. Just like now you're having nutrition when you put berries in there. Nuts will give flavor to your food. I put nuts even on my green beans. When I cook my green beans, I puree nuts, almonds, and put it over my green beans or my asparagus, and I love that. It just, the nutty taste like I love the flavor of that. So that's another way to go naturally with it. And again, puree your fruits in whatever you can. Like if you're making protein muffins, like instead of using sugar, go ahead and puree some, like get a sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are sweet, right? Put a little bit of cinnamon in there. Put some banana in there. Berries that are low in calories. And your coffee, for example, your drinks. That's another thing. Like infuse your water and your drinks with natural, healthy alternatives. Put lemon in there. Some slices of orange, cucumbers, ginger, mint in there, vanilla. Again, flavor things, natural things. They're healthy alternatives. Okay, friends, you would not believe how much you can change by just getting rid of artificial sweeteners in your life, in your diet. Again, they're very detrimental to your body. And we want to make sure that we give you all that you can, all that we can give you to succeed in this journey. So I want to encourage you this week, try getting rid of artificial sweeteners and see how you feel. And let me know how it's going. Have a great rest of your days, my friend.